Matthew 10 and 16, it says, Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. And that's us. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Why did it say wise as a serpent? It could have said any animal. Why does it specifically say serpent? Because like I told you, the nature of a serpent. Serpent is extremely patient. Has a high level of discernment, right? A serpent, they know when to strike and they know when to refrain from striking. Okay, there's a lot of qualities to a serpent that makes them wise. So that's why Yahweh Shai himself said, these are the words of Yahweh Shai. He said to us, we're supposed to be wise as serpent. You got certain brothers that are not wise as serpents. You got guys, yeah, cunning, the water brother, Bayan Yasharal, cunning. A serpent is that. He is cunning. You got certain dudes go out there to speak and they're wearing bulletproof vests. How's that being wise as a serpent, man? They're wearing bulletproof vests. Are they talking back to law enforcement? When you should reason within yourself. You ain't got no power. The only power we got is the ability to teach this word. So when the law enforcement comes up, you're supposed to be cunning with them, like a serpent. They're a serpent, so you gotta be a serpent to meet the serpent. You don't argue and try to hold court right there in the street with the cop, man. As it is written, agree with thine adversary quickly whilst thou art in the way with him. That's an example of being like a serpent. We got to be like serpents here. Elder Pastor used to bring the scripture out a long time ago. Proverbs, the first chapter. This truth teaches you how to be a serpent. It teaches you how to be cunning. This truth teaches you how not to be stupid. And I got to say, you got a lot of Israelites that are just fucking stupid, okay? I'm going to say it like it is. You brothers know what I'm talking about. It is right here. I remember years ago, Apostle Tar used to bring this out in class. That's how I know this scripture. This is back at 1 West. Proverbs 1, and I guess I'll start at 1. It says, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. This is what this truth does for us men, right? To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity. To give, here it comes, to give subtlety like a serpent to the simple. Now, that word subtlety, that's a heavy word because when you look it up, it's from the Latin subtella, which literally means under the web. Sub is under, like subway. Tella means web. Now, let's look at the spider, right? You notice the spider never gets caught in its own web, right? The spider glides over the web. You know why? Because there's an oil that the spider secretes from its legs that allows it to glide over the web. So it never gets caught in the web. So that's an example of being subtle. Like the cop, when they come up, they're trying to spin those webs. But if we're subtle, we glide over their webs. What's an example of gliding over their webs? Agree with the cop. If the cop comes up cool, you cool right along with him. You don't get all emotional. You calmly deal with him. That is gliding over his web, like a serpent, right? Like a spider, glide. Okay? Because I remember I looked up that word subtle or subtile. It's from the Latin subtella, which means under the web. It literally means under the web. And when you look at the spider never gets caught in its own web. When the spider dies, then you see the spider wrapped up in its web because it's dead. But as long as it's alive, it can secrete that oil through its legs and allow it to glide over the web. Okay? The spider. To give subtlety to the simple. I remember, man, when Pastor used to bring this out. To give subtlety to the simple, that's us. When we first came into truth, we all had that simple look. That little boy lost look. We all had that look. All right? But as we progressed in the truth, As a matter of fact, I got to bring this out. What is that? Ecclesiastes 8. Our face started changing. Our look started changing. We started getting that serious look, man. So serious that people get nervous when we come on the scene, man. They all get all fidgety and shit, you know, because we got that serious, that focused look, you know. And there's a reason for that. Let me read it to you. Ecclesiastes 8:1. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? What interpretation do we know? These scriptures, which puts us on a high level, man. Okay? Who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine. You hear that? And the boldness of his face shall be changed. So as we stay in this truth more and more, we go from that simple look that we all had when we came in. You had that simple look. We go from that to a focused, wise look, to coin a term, right? A focused look. Like we know something. Who know? Like the scripture says it. Who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? Okay? Then it goes on to say, a man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. You know, a good movie that exemplifies that, and I always reference this movie, the movie Lawnmower Man. If you can get the original, man, the first one they made, which I think that's kind of hard to get, because there's some scenes in there that I guess the animal people made a big deal about it, animal cruelty and all that bullshit. But in that movie, the guy who played Jeff Fahey, the actor Jeff Fahey, he played Job. Check it out, Job. And at first, Job was this retarded kind of guy. He was real simple. He had that simple look. Now he met this dude, Dr. Angelo, I think he was played by Pierce Brosnan. And Dr. Angelo took him to a whole nother level, made him smart and all that. So towards the end of the movie, he had that super focused look. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't laughing. He had that look, man. You know, that's exemplified in the movie. There's a scripture in the Apocrypha that tells you a wise man doth scarcely smile. I mean, he does smile, but he doth scarcely smile. That's in the Apocrypha. Any brother find it, they can put it in the comment section. Okay? And honestly, the more we learn about this society, this world that we live in, the cesspool that we're in, the less we have to smile and laugh about. You know? We really, what's going to put a big smile on our faces seeing this society be destroyed, totally destroyed. Oh, that'll put a big smile on our face. GMS dedication, Khan, Sirach 21:20. The water, brother. Yep, that's it. Also known as Ecclesiasticus. Yep, there it is. GMS strong in faith. A fool lifteth up his voice with laughter, but a wise man doth scarce smile a little. There you go. There you go. That's it. Okay. Now, let me go back to Proverbs. Proverbs 1:4. To give subtlety to the simple. That's what this knowledge does for us. Excuse me. To the young man, knowledge and discretion. Right. To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion. So that's what this knowledge does for us. For the guy that's right for this faith, that's what it'll give him. It'll give him subtlety, it'll give him knowledge and discretion. Discretion, look up the word discretion. As a matter of fact, let me look it up. Because a lot of our people are lazy, man. They, like my father used to say, lazy, them lazy, lazy. My father used to go off, boy, I'm telling you. Discretion, the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. Yeah, discretion. Like the scripture said, there's a time to speak and a time to keep silence. You learn that when you come into this truth. Okay? I mean, this truth is a lot more than putting on a garment and calling the white man the devil. Okay? It's a lot more than that.